evidence is unearthed from whatever source, because for 15 months, every stitch of evidence has been consistent with my client's innocence.
Good morning and welcome to the Transparency. Happy Monday. Grab your tea bags. Yep, grab your tea.
In the meantime, my client suffers. In the meantime, her life is on hold, while she spends every waking moment defending herself, emotionally, intellectually, and financially. We cannot abide by excuses any longer. We need this court's help.
Thank you there, Charlie.
We need you, Your Honor, respectfully.
Juror, quote, believes that every member of the jury, if asked, will confirm that the jury reached not guilty verdicts.
The jury said not guilty on murder, but hey, we're going to recharge Karen Read. Let's talk about, you better give me my money. You better give me my money. Hell yeah, Karen Read. I agree. What the hell is going on in Canton? Cheers. Good morning. I just had to throw that song. You know, when I saw this, I was like, damn. Give Karen Read her money. Literally, what a shit show out in Canton, Massachusetts. What a damn shit show. We're going to talk about it. Yes, Annie Potts. There you go. R.I.P. Good song to wake up to. I'm double teabagging it this morning. I got a large cup of tea here. Who sets up an appointment with somebody that's coming from across the country, Arizona, to come to Boston and the Boston area, sets up an appointment thinking that they're going to go ahead and get material, right? They know what they were asking for. Hank Brennan was in on the discussions. This is like, all right, so yep, flying here. And then, oh, wait, we don't have, what are you talking about? We don't have that video. That video is gone. That video doesn't exist. It's destroyed. And the video that we're talking about is the Sallyport video. You know, the inverted video. Like, how does this happen? So, whoo, I don't even know that answer. Literally, Delphi, Karen Read, Idaho 4, nothing but pure fuck sticks running the show. But here it is, Commonwealth versus Karen Read. Defendant Karen Read's motion to recover expert-related expenses from the Commonwealth. This had come out a couple days ago. So if you guys have heard it before, awesome. Put your comments in the comment section of the video. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Put your comments in the live stream. But here it is, very so eloquently put. Now comes the defendant, Karen Read, and respectfully moves this honorable court to order that the travel costs and related expenses associated with the defense expert Matthew Erickson's December 2024 trip to Massachusetts be paid for by the Commonwealth. Remember my last live, we were breaking down how much money it was costing Karen Read. How much do we think it costs to have Dr. Russell? Well, here we got a dollar figure here. And for just easy math purposes, we're going to use the number 14,000 because it's like 13,000 some change. 14 G's to fly this expert, put him up, and he was only going to be in town for 2 days. Like, fly the one day, be there, and then fly out the next day. 14 G's. So how much do we think that cost Russell? Like, that whole ordeal. Not that what they paid Russell, but just the whole ordeal to have in all of those lawyers, all of that time. Food, hotel, drivers. I mean, this is ridiculous. But so here we go. Those costs, which include travel expenses, lodging, and other accommodations, and expert fees associated with the trip to the Canton Police Department, were incurred after the Commonwealth agreed to allow Mr. Erickson to visit the Canton Police Department, CPD, so that he could perform an independent analysis of the CPD, the Canton Police Department, and this is the DVR system. And any footage, video footage, it contained from January 29th, 2022, between midnight and 11:59 p.m. It's like a day's worth, 12 hours. Or actually, I'm sorry, 24 hours. When Mr. Erickson arrived at the Canton Police Department, all original DVR footage from the relevant date had been destroyed. Destroyed. Yuri's math teacher wants to say Hank is blowing up this case. Whether it is intentional or not is up for debate. He's blowing it up. Absolutely. You guys, an expert flies in. All right, gonna go meet. Let me get my shit. Wait, what? At best, due to improper preservation by the Commonwealth, that's at best. But because the Commonwealth failed to preserve the original video evidence, Mr. Erickson's trip to Massachusetts was futile. The costs associated with his travel to the Canton Police Department would not have been incurred, but for the Commonwealth's representations, okay, that the evidence existed and that Mr. Erickson would be able to obtain an original copy of the video surveillance footage at issue. Unbelievable. Accordingly, in the interest of justice, I mean, does anybody care about justice? This court should order that the Commonwealth, not Miss Reed, pay the cost of having her expert travel out of state to obtain a copy of the video surveillance footage, which the Canton Police Department, an agent of the Commonwealth, failed to adequately preserve. Again, good morning to everybody. I mean, I cannot believe that we're reading this. In the Alec Baldwin case, boom, something happened, boom, gone, tossed. This case, things keep happening, and it's like it's like it didn't happen. You know, go watch the movie Blink Twice, okay? Has anybody seen the movie Blink Twice? Now, it is kind of cray-cray, but if you can stomach some stuff, but I had the pleasure of watching that this weekend. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? But it's just like, is everybody spraying, forgetful perfume on them so that they just keep forgetting what's going on? Because how is nothing happening? Like, ugh. Like, what is, this is crazy. Jean says, I actually think that Hank is doing his job and disclosing shit that Commonwealth should have a long time ago. Hank will do his job, but he's not going under for the Commonwealth. You guys, Hank would have known that the video didn't exist anymore. I mean, wouldn't you be, how do you not know that and being in charge of your case? How do you fly an expert out? Like, doesn't make any sense. Now, we obviously know the factual background, which is what she's being charged for. But in preparation for trial, the defense requested access to the CPD department DVR system and drives that hold recordings from the CPD security camera system so that defense expert, Mr. Erickson, could obtain video files in their native file format with all available metadata. From January 29, 2022, between 12 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. If this does make it to trial, 100% do I think that Brian Tully, Lally, McLaughlin, Helena Hafferty, whatever her fucking name is, all of these people, like I told you guys the other day, I'm putting all of these people on the stand and I'm asking them until I find out who had this video, supplied this video when it came into trial one, in that condition, who inverted the fucking video. Somebody inverted this video, and literally we're all just no one's going to say who did it. I mean, Karen Reed is going to be one wealthy woman. This is disgusting. And people don't think that this happens. You guys, this happens all the time. I'm sorry to say, but it happens all the time. And people just can't afford to go through these links to prove this shit. And we're seeing it on a national stage for once. But this happened in the Sheldon Jeter Jr. case. Miraculously, a police blanket was found in the car. Meanwhile, we have the footage that shows that no police officer ever put a blanket in the car. So how did a police blanket get in the car to preserve evidence? Like, just wild ass shit, man. Same shit. Just nobody has funds to do, like, to show this. And that's why I'm just so happy when I see people donating to, even if it's $1, if all the people that watch all these videos donated $1, shit. But in order to ensure the accuracy and a complete download of all available data and metadata, the defense requested that their expert be allowed to make a mirror image of the DVR system drive. This video footage is of critical importance to the defense. The Commonwealth has provided the defense with CPD video footage on 3 occasions. And to reminding people when that was is, these were a couple of the footers down here. So a motion to dismiss for extraordinary governmental misconduct based on the destruction of this and other exculpatory evidence is forthcoming. Okay. This motion should not be deemed a waiver of any such claims or issues. Notably, so that's this footer here on these occasions. Notably, when Mr. Erickson arrived at the CPD to extract video from the DVR system, the security camera system was set to overwrite older video surveillance footage with new video surveillance footage after approximately 30 days. And this is really important because, as you'll see here, notably, however, each of the 3 instances in which the Commonwealth produced the CPD footage to the defense was far outside the 30 days. So, like, basically, like, when did that start? On April 4th, 2024, shortly before the first trial in this matter, the Commonwealth produced footage from the CPD main driveway and CPD Sallyport front wall for the very first time. How is this not? Okay. This is completely outside of the discovery, like the deadline. And so it says CNOD, that means notice of discovery. And it was, I don't know if it was 35. I mean, how many? The Sallyport front wall footage provided by the Commonwealth omitted a 42-minute interval during which the SUV arrived at the CPD Sallyport garage. The trial transcripts they're noting there. This missing footage could have been used to show the conditions of the SUV's right taillight upon arrival at the Sallyport, and to date would be the only footage that serves this purpose. Trial transcripts, again, quoting that. The condition of the right rear taillight of the Lexus SUV at the time it entered law enforcement custody is perhaps one of the most critical and highly contested issues in this case. Mid-trial then, this would be number 2. Mid-trial on April 23rd, 2024, via a shared link entailed additional Sallyport video downloaded link, the Commonwealth produced additional footage from the CPD Sallyport back wall. At trial, Trooper Bukaki testified on direct examination that the footage of Miss Reed's vehicle from this interior Sallyport camera was an accurate depiction of the Sallyport and the SUV, and that, as seen in the video, no law enforcement officer approached the right rear taillight. See the trial transcripts. On cross-examination, however, it became apparent that the video surveillance footage displayed on direct examination was inverted and a mirror image of reality, despite neither the Commonwealth nor Trooper Bukaki having mentioned it on direct examination. Again, how is this shit legal? continuing on that footer, it was far outside the 30-day window, after which the Canton Police Department DVR system was set to overwrite older video recordings. See, again, thus an agent of the Commonwealth must have saved all of the aforementioned footage in playable format at some point before the end of the 30-day period, which ended in February of 2022. The Commonwealth, therefore, had care, custody, or control of all of the footage produced to date during the discovery phase of the initial trial and chose not to turn it over to defense in a timely manner. Exactly. I don't know how that got cut off, but we'll speak in Spanish. Person standing near the left taillight of the vehicle. In actuality, that person was in fact standing near the right rear taillight. Again, trial transcripts. It remains unclear why this inverted video was withheld by the Commonwealth and produced to the defense in the middle of a trial after the initial CPD surveillance footage was turned over by the Commonwealth. Most recently, post-trial on October 10th, 2024, so just a couple months back, the Commonwealth again provided new video surveillance footage, this time from the CPD church inside exterior, first floor corridor, rear lot main side, and rear lot cruiser side angles. Like, what the fuck? Again, see the notice of discovery. This footage shows Brian Higgins. Hell yeah, baby. Brian Higgins, come on down, shake a dick. Brian Higgins arrived in the parking lot of the Canton Police Department at 1:26 a.m. Enter the Canton Police Department and speak to some unidentified individuals on the phone, or individual because we don't know who he's on the phone with, as he is leaving the Canton Police Department between 1:34 and 52 seconds and 1:34 and 56 seconds. Significantly, this material and relevant evidence, which establishes Brian Higgins was on the phone with some unidentified individuals at 1:34 a.m. as he left the Canton Police Department shortly after O'Keefe's death, was withheld from the defense at the first trial. Oh my God. Jeez. There isn't an attorney out there that says exactly the moment that the inverted video is presented to the jury, Bev is complicit. I mean, this is absurd. Who just can keep paying this type of money, though? Nobody can. How are the taxpayers of that area not irate as fuck? Okay. I mean, come on. Well, it's their friend's going to be going down, so maybe that's why they're not irate. This video surveillance footage at issue was a major point of contention at trial, in no small part because the Commonwealth was utterly unable to establish any chain of custody for the various clips of video produced to the defense from CPD. That's what I'm saying. Like, how was this able to be admitted? You know, was there an objection? I have to go back. You know, we streamed it all, but we were saying that back then. Like, how is this even able to get in? Your Honor, I object to this video. Well, I'll allow it. I mean, you'll allow what? You'll allow a tampered video that nobody is claiming that where it came from, who did this? I just, the footage produced by the Commonwealth is rife with issues that call into question its accuracy and forensic viability, including the presence of the inverted video and the large-scale gap missing from the feed at the time. At the precise time at which Mrs. Reed's Lexus should have been shown entering the CPD Sallyport garage. In spite of the fact that the Commonwealth claims the video surveillance feed is motion activated, The fact that the Canton Police Department produced video surveillance with with an inverted video and a gap in the footage at the critical moments is not trivial. It goes to the heart of Mrs. Reed's defense. Sidebar, I'll allow it. In response to defense's request, a special assistant. So this is now getting into how this all happened. So in response to the defense's request, special assistant district attorney Hank agreed to allow defense access to this critical information and to make the arrangements necessary for Mr. Erickson to extract the video from the DVR system. Accordingly, Mr. Erickson traveled from Phoenix, Arizona to Boston, Massachusetts on December 11, 2024, and after making the arranged visit to the Canton Police Department, returned to Phoenix on December 12, 2024. The work Mr. Erickson did in connection with this trip, as well as the flights, hotel stay, Uber rides, and other accommodations associated with his travel to Massachusetts, cost Ms. Reed a total of $12,229.57. Let's just make it $13,000. As planned, Mr. Erickson visited the Canton Police Department on the morning of December 12, 2024. So he flies in on December 11th, planning to be there and then fly out the next day. Everyone's probably saying, well, why didn't, just mail it? Fuck that. You can't take if you lose that, if you were to lose this, you need to do it all. Your expert has to do it all. This is the only way that this can be done. So, geez. So he arrives around 9 o'clock in the morning and was met by Colleen Crawford. Now, Colleen Crawford, if you want to hear a little story about Colleen Crawford, go on over to Turtle Boy's page, and he writes up about who Colleen Crawford is and the fact that she said that Karen Reed is going down. So I think that that's interesting. This person's making comments about Karen Reed. So what a cunt. Whoopsie, sorry, it's Monday. I'll try to refrain myself. He arrived around 9 a.m. and was met by Colleen Crawford, a multimedia director and certified forensic video technician from the Norfolk District Attorney's Office, as well as 3 other people. Ms. Crawford expressed surprise that Mr. Erickson was there to extract video from the DVR, and relatedly, she was just like, wait, what's going on? There was skepticism that the footage would still exist. Mr. Erickson subsequently asked whether anyone had accessed the system to determine whether the relevant video footage was even present. They answered no. Notably, before Mr. Erickson made that trip to Massachusetts, counsel for the defense team spoke directly with Ms. Crawford. We spoke to that bee, who was made aware of the footage the parties had agreed would be extracted by the defense. What a lying piece of shit. Nothing like some POSs, man. After photographing the relevant equipment, Mr. Erickson began recording and then accessed the system. Initially, it appeared to him that there were only 30 days of video history, and consequently, that the relevant footage had not been preserved. That impression confirmed when he navigated to the appropriate section of the DVR system, where a search by day and time could be performed, and ran a search for January 29, 2022 between 12 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. That search returned 0 results. What? You guys, this is sick. Based on the size of the drives, the percentage usage, and the remaining usable drive space, Mr. Erickson concluded that there was mathematically no possible way for the videos from January 29, 2022 to be present in December of 2024 when he performed this search unless they were manually saved and or properly preserved via standard forensic protocols. Woohoo! Protocols. I love that word now, protocols. Lana, you don't know procedure. Lana, you don't know protocol. Well, fuck shit. Neither do our cops. Neither do our DAs. So it's okay. It's okay that I don't know shit because they don't know shit. The day I would ever get embarrassed like this at my job, the fuck out of here. Sickening. Thank you so much, Beth. Good morning, Lana, mods, and chat. What's good, Beth? Shake it. The sheer audacity of the state. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yuri, I love when you talk math to me. Hank has the weight of the world on his shoulders. I predict he bails out and this gets continued or dropped. I mean, it'll be interesting. Do you want your like legacy to go down with this shit show? No fucking way, man. This is gross. This is so gross. Like all these people should be fired. Okay. They wouldn't make it at Burger King. They wouldn't make it at McDonald's. How are they running? Like, how do they have government jobs? Oh, that's right. Because in the government job world, it's about not even who you know, it's about who you blow. That's right, Lana. You learn that. Yeah. So next, Mr. Erickson began the process of generating any activity logs for the date of interest. This request ran for an abnormal amount of time without showing results. When asked whether the system had ever behaved this way and whether it could be expected to complete the request, the person on site who was most familiar with the system shrugged and said he didn't know. After investing approximately 10 minutes into this and similar actions with no results, Mr. Erickson determined that the relevant activity logs were also gone. Mr. Erickson asked the individuals whether they had done a forensic extraction of the drives to get the original data, to which they answered no. He asked how they preserved video when they needed to, and they responded that they simply manually saved the video from the DVR. Finally, he asked if they had a written protocol in January of 2023 or not for saving videos. They responded that they did not know. Oh, I'm sorry, that they did not. My bad. That they did not. We do not have protocols for that. The individuals refused to provide Mr. Erickson with a copy of the original video files that they pulled from the DVR system. That's crazy. Stating that it had already been provided to the defense. When asked how they produced the footage to the court and or the defense, they looked confused. Well, how did you produce it? Like, if you already gave it to them, how did you produce it? You know? And they all just looked confused. Like little boys at T-ball. Picking daisies out in right field. Confused. I'm just confused. When asked how they produced the footage to the court and or the defense, again, they looked confused. Mr. Erickson clarified by asking whether it was provided on a USB drive, a disk, or a shared link. They could not tell him for sure, but eventually said it was probably a shared link. You wonder why the people want an audit on CPD. Yeah. You guys, I don't even know what to say. And since I have nothing nice to say, my mom always said, don't say anything at all. I don't have anything nice to say about this group of people. I'm sure Karen Reed doesn't have anything nice to say about this group of people. But this was so elegantly written, like everybody should be losing their jobs. Now, how do you deny this motion? What do you do? Do you just say, does Bev say, okay, motion granted, and then we just continue on? Like, not like, or does Bev say motion granted and we're having a hearing? I mean, what's supposed to come of this? We don't have this. We can't do our job. So I don't. Is she going to say, well, it looks like the Sallyport video is not going to be able to be used, and we continue on? Absolutely not. They knew exactly what was coming when Karen Reed sent this expert, and they had to destroy this because I believe that there would have been evidence of what they were going there to look for. And like the date and the time, like the metadata probably associated with it would have said, and then you could have lined that up with people's work schedules. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. Where's the feds? Where's the feds been? When are they getting involved? How is this not RICO? You have a bunch of people that are government officials clearly doing shit. I don't understand. Start cuffing these motherfuckers. That's all I have to say. To 222 of you guys, make sure you guys leave your DNA on the your touch DNA in the thumb. This is so bad. Again, Charlie gave out a membership. Thank Charlie. I love the name Charlie for a girl. And then Beth, again, good morning to you. But this is horrible. The Sallyport video is exculpatory evidence for Karen Reed. Yeah, it is. I think it was exculpatory fucking trial one. I think it should have been tossed right then. I think it's like, I don't understand. I don't understand how we could be watching a trial and see the Alec Baldwin case get tossed for what it got tossed for. And then we're watching this trial and then fake evidence is produced to a jury and nothing happens. And the case continues on. You know, I personally think that it wasn't even for this situation. I don't even think it was about costing Karen Reed money. Somebody panicked and destroyed that shit. That's because then they were asked, like, well, can you turn over this or that or the other? No, we're not going to give you this, that, or the other. We already gave it to you guys. Get the fuck up out of here, man. Like, and people think that this doesn't go on in cases. This is what drives me to double teabag it. All right, well, I'm waiting patiently because I want to see this fatty motion that's going to drop. Because you can't expect we are going to see a motion to dismiss for extraordinary governmental misconduct. Has that dropped yet? I don't think that's dropped yet, right? If it has, then I have to go out there and get it. And if it has, then I'll be back with another video. I was watching back, you know, Microdots does a really good job, and I was watching back some of their stuff this past weekend. And yeah, that's a great point there, Leanne. The state's response should be interesting. Who even knows if they're going to respond? I wouldn't be responding. I wouldn't be responding at all. What's Hank going to say? Hank doesn't even know. I wasn't here during the first trial. How am I supposed to? Lally's going to write it up. But yeah, I was going back through some of the old stuff, and it's just, oh God. How there's people out there saying that Karen Reed is fucking guilty is disgusting. How can you get to Karen Reed is guilty when you have all of this shit? Like, what do those people say now? Like, when they see this shit, what does the family think? What does the family think that this is the type of investigation that was done for a police officer? Okay, take Karen Reed out of this situation. Let's talk about the victim. Does any victim deserve this type of a fucking wow? This is the investigation you did to get justice for a police officer. And the answer is they don't give a fuck. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. They do not care about their own. Okay. They care about themselves at every step, all the time, for the rest of, creation here, guys. And you have to ask yourselves, who's caring about themselves? What would this ultimately take down? It's Brian Higgins being on the phone. Mr. I don't fucking lie. Mr. Chickmunk, Mr. like, fuck you, dude. He makes me want to puke. Okay. You are a liar. And now it's not a fishing expedition. Your ass is on a camera with a phone. We're going to go get your cell phone records now. They're relevant. Who the fuck was he talking to? I hope it's his mommy. I hope it's his fucking mommy. Little bitch boy. All these little punks. I'm sorry, I have to get off this thread because I'll go fucking ham. And I don't want to do that today. Okay. You like that? Brian Higgins is a chipmunk. I'm telling you. He's going to come back as a chipmunk. Just eating his little nuts. Yeah, so thank you guys so much. But yeah, I can't let these fucking these worthless fucks get to me on a Monday morning.
We are not afraid of whatever evidence is unearthed from whatever source, because for 15 months, every stitch of evidence has been consistent with my client's innocence.
Again, thank you to the moderators, subscribers, members. Hit the thumbs up. We'll see you back here on the next one. Karen Reed is so innocent.
In the meantime, her life is on hold, while she spends every waking moment defending herself, emotionally, intellectually, and financially. We cannot abide by excuses any longer. We need this court's help. We need you, Your Honor, respectfully.
Juror, quote, believes that every member of the jury, if asked, will confirm that the jury reached not guilty verdicts.